guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my foundation routine. So this is what I've been doing almost every single day whenever I really want my skin to just look so much more natural and not near as caked up with makeup. So I know it seems like I'll be using a lot of products, and I am, but again, a lot of these are optional. So mainly just the way that I apply my foundation is what really has been doing the trick. So if you want to see my everyday foundation routine, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've already done my eyes and my brows, and now I just want to show you guys how I've been doing my foundation and really just the way that I've been applying it. Not necessarily the foundation itself, because I change that up from day to day, but the process that I've been doing I find has just really been working for me, and I thought I would show it for you guys. I take this Nivea Post Shave Balm for men, and I just take a little bit on my fingers, and then just rub your fingers together, and then you just apply this to your skin all over. And this is just really going to prime your face, and it's going to make the foundation and primers just really adhere to it, because it does have glycerin in it. And so it's just really good for those days when you know you need your foundation to last all day long. And you just want to keep rubbing it until you find that it gets just a little bit tacky. You'll feel it, you know, not be near as smooth like moisturizer, but it does get a little bit tacky. Using this Too Faced Hangover RX. It's just really moisturizing and lightweight, and it smells amazing. I was obsessed with this over this summer and haven't used it near as much throughout the winter, but now my face is just kind of craving it, so that's what I'm doing. I know this seems a little bit excessive with all the primers, but like I said, this has just been working for me. And so I'm going to apply one more primer. Actually, I lied, 2 more primers. And this is the Benefit Professional. And I just really like to use this because I do have bigger pores right here beside my nose. And so I just grabbed a little bit on my finger and just press that in right here around your nose. So depending on the day and depending on the foundation that I'm wearing, I will take a mattifying primer, and this is just a sample from Lorac. So if you are someone that's dry and you don't worry, you don't necessarily have oils that come up throughout the day, then this is definitely a step you can skip. But I tend to get just a little bit oily, and I don't like to overdo it because these can be like really, they cling on to foundation rather than letting your foundation sink in. So you just have to be really careful with mattifying primers. Okay, so now onto the foundation. Like I said, I switch it up from day to day, but I have really been loving this Lorac Sheer Perfection foundation, and I'm currently in the shade PS3, and I just take about 1.5 pumps, and then I will grab a foundation brush and I will just paint this on. I'm not worried about blending it in or anything because I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. Your brows. So I like to do 1/2 of my face, and then like I said, I take a beauty blender and I just go ahead and start pouncing that on my face, blending that foundation in. So then I'm going to pick up a little bit more. I mean, this really is just like a perfect match. It's not even showing up on camera, really, the difference, which is a good thing. And now what I like to do is just let that foundation really do what it's meant to do. So, you know, sometimes it might need a minute or 2 to really sink in and adhere to the skin. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna do my concealer. Okay, on camera it doesn't look like, I mean, I have obviously eyeshadow underneath my eyes, but it doesn't really pick up my, you know, darkness around my eyes as much as it does in person. So what I like to do is just take a salmon toned corrector and just barely put that right there where I have the darkest area. And then again, I take my beauty blender and just blend that in. And this is just going to correct that blueness or darkness that you have under your eyes. If you have very, very bad dark circles or you know, blueness or anything around your eyes, then you're gonna need something a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more orange. So I know MAC has one, and it's like all the rage right now, so a lot of brands have a lot of different correctors, so they shouldn't be too hard to find. So what I've been using, I like to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealers, and I mix Y31 and Y23 and just apply that right underneath your eyes. And then start fading it out. So I like to put this on around my nose because I get red around there. On my chin to even out and highlight. And then I like to put it just right in between my forehead. And just a little down my nose. And so again, you take your beauty blender and just go and blend that out. So it might look like a lot, but since you're using your beauty blender, since you're using your beauty blender, it does soak up a lot of product, so it's not as much product as you would think you're using. And so now what I like to do, I will take this Coty Airspun Loose Powder. If you're sensitive to smell, you're probably not gonna like this, but you can get past it. It doesn't last on your face or anything like that, so just give it a try. So I just like to go and press this underneath. Again, I'm not sweeping. I want to just really make sure that that product is set in that concealer. So everywhere that I put concealer, I'm going to put this powder. So this next step, definitely optional. If you have a lot of texture on your skin or a lot of breakouts or anything like that, then I would probably skip this step. But if your skin is doing extra well and you want to just bring a little bit more life to your face, then I'm going to be using this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then we'll just pat it down, rub it around. And then pick up my beauty blender, and on the opposite side of where you used your foundation, pick up a little bit of the product and apply it to the tops of your cheekbones. Woo! And it's the high points of your face. Okay, so this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Woo! And this is in the shade Bronzer. And I will just go with a big fluffy brush. And it's very, very light, so if you have a medium to dark skin tone, then this probably isn't going to show up on you. But it's a very, very pretty bronzer. It's just very light and gives your face a little bit of warmth. So about where I would contour, I just go and rub this around. I'm not trying to be too precise or anything like that. And if you have a bigger forehead like myself, then putting bronzer around your forehead will give the illusion of a smaller forehead. So I highly recommend doing this. Oh my gosh, my brush is shedding so badly. This bronzer is just gorgeous. Going hard. Going real hard. I have been using this Smashbox Suntan Matte Bronzer, and it looks really warm and orange for contouring, but I just use a little bit and it really seems to work. So I will take this M523 Morphe brush and just barely tap it in there, and then go along my contour line. Just very, very softly. And then make sure you blend upwards and not down. I'll do the same thing on the other side. If I feel like my contour is not, or even my bronzer just looks kind of choppy and messy down here, I will take this loose powder and a pointed brush, or you can take a very chiseled brush. I know Sigma and Morphe both have those. And I will just pack the brush in here and pick up as much product as possible. And then I will just rub it along right underneath that contour and bronzer. So essentially you're baking. Whew. Whew. And then you can wait 10 minutes, or if you want to immediately go and wipe it away. See how much sharper that contour is? It's just such an easy way to really clean up the contour if you are unsure about how to do it. So for the last and final step, taking my blush, and this is in Becca Songbird, and this is so very pigmented, so you just need the littlest tap in here. And then just brush it along your cheeks. Guys, and that completes my foundation routine. Again, a lot of these steps are optional, so don't feel like you have to do every single one, but I do recommend, you know, kind of painting on your foundation and going in with a beauty blender, or even the Real Techniques sponge. That's really great. It's much more price friendly. Even if you don't want to brush it on, you can use your hands to apply it with a sponge and just really pat it in, and it's going to make the world of difference. Same thing for your concealer. So yeah, that's what I've been doing lately, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you want to see more of me, then don't forget to subscribe. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.